To buy or to sell? That is the question, my friends. Well, hello, citizens of YouTube. This is the Geeky Nerd here. And today we're going to be talking about when should you buy, when should you sell guns. Again, go back to my 401G video, check that out. But before I begin, I'd like to send a big thank you out to everyone who's liked, commented, and subscribed. I always appreciate and always enjoy talking to you guys. But if you're new here to the channel, welcome. And if you enjoy this video, enjoy this type of content, please consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. With the PR out the way, let's get into it. So, as I said, to sell or not to sell? When should be the time to sell a gun? Well, correct answer is never. No, but seriously, guns are made to be used. They're made to be enjoyed. And, you know, your use and enjoyment may vary. So, there are certain ebbs and flows to the gun market, kind of, I should say, likened to the stock market. And times you should sell, hold, keep, or just have for long-term investment. I have these three use cases these three examples here, very specifically for this reason. Is that, here, we'll start down here. So, HK USP experts. They're still made. That is major point as to when the gun market is going to kind of go up and down, especially with guns, is if it's still made. That's the first question. If it is still made, then how often is it available? In this case, a USP expert, they bring them in batches. Guys, go out on Gunbroker or wherever, look up USPs. HK is notorious for this, is because they bring them in batches. They bring them in, I believe, once usually in spring and once in the fall. And so what you'll see is that all of a sudden USP, and I use USP experts because they're kind of the more rarer of the USPs, is they'll be flooded in the market. You'll see them come in droves and they'll be everywhere. They'll be all for MSRP, sometimes even below. And then as, a couple months go on, you'll see, about a month or two after they brought them in, slowly start to see them dry up, start to see only the higher priced ones available. And then you'll see the super high priced ones that are $200-$300 above MSRP or above what they were brought in at being sold. And so, of course, that's the law of supply and demand. But if you notice guns have been doing that, like one that you've been looking on for a while, again, like this USP expert here, you got to catch it at the right time. So if you were to buy it high and then you say, oh, I'm going to go sell it, you got to kind of sell it when it's high, obviously, so you don't, lose your shirt on it. But guns that are current production but brought in low volumes or not made as often, they're going to have their ebbs and flows, so you got to watch out for that because otherwise you'll get burned. So in the case of HKs, look in spring and October and then sell 2 months after if you're going to, but don't ever sell your USPs because they are a dream to shoot. Check out my videos on the channel for these. Second type of item is going to be your high demand but discontinued items. So in this case, the CZ75 Cadet 2, you'll see that they are demanding an outrageous price, upwards of $800 to $1,000. Oh, let me rephrase that. Sorry, $700 and $800 to $1,000. God, that'd be crazy if it was like going for $7,000. Whew, it'd be gone. But in this case, they're very high demand because people want to be able to have the 22 conversion and the fundamentals to be able to use for their guns, but they're no longer made. So when they do pop up on the market, they're commanding a premium, and they will get it. It isn't a matter of time. It's a matter of that one guy who's just fiending for one of these on Gunbroker, sees it, buys it. I'm using Gunbroker, but of course, you go to whoever you like. But that's kind of second item. And with these ones, you can buy these, and sometimes they just come out of the market and you don't even know, like this was still being made when I bought it, but then it discontinued and all of a sudden everyone wanted one and they still want one. And so kind of just had the luck of the draw. But with that being said, this you can sell anytime. So you can hold on this for as long as you like and you can sell it whenever you like because the market's waiting for you. You're not waiting on the market to change like you would in the USP. And the final item is like in this case, the CZ75 Cold War Commemorative Edition. Ooh, it's a mouthful to say. This one is no longer being made, but it has the possibility because they've done limited runs. But there is a demand for, but not as high as the CZ75 Cadet 2. So for something like this, you would want to, of course, know your market, know where you're at. But for this, I would watch, again, I'm pick on Gun Broker here, you would go on Gun Broker and see, hey, is there any others listed? If there's not, you can kind of set the market per se, but you of course got to, judge factors like no one's going to pay $3,000 for this. I mean, there probably is one person, but that one person is going to be, 9, 10, 11 months down the road. So it depends on how long you want to wait. But with something like this, there is a demand, not as screaming as this, but a demand nevertheless, and it will get its asking price, barring that's not too over the jumping the shark. To where this one, shit, picked this up for $350, could sell it for $1,000. It's kind of insane. This picked up for about $600, probably could sell it for 12, 13. So, similar, but definitely not as much of a markup as a cadet. Again, I'm not gonna do that because I'm not an asshole, or at least try not to be. But with that being said, guys, this is I just kind of want to make this video to say, hey, if you're looking at selling some guns, make sure you do your research, make sure you know the market, make sure you know what you're selling, because some people, they may say, hey, $350, shit, if I can get that back out, but you're leaving money on the table. So you kind of want to strike while the iron's hot and take capitalism as full advantage. But with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing, and let me know down in the comments what you guys think, if you guys have any of these, if you've sold these, or if you think it's just as crazy as I do for some of the prices that they're asking for these things. But yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. See you guys.